sama waji nak yaa ngi bëgg yàgg ci dëkk bi sa holiday yi gudd na lool sax
vacances yi yàgg na waaye dama ne naa ñibbisi ci sama réew investir
wax nga dëgg sa saafara man maa ko yor jóge ñu dem topp ma
ci sama waaj da ngaa bëri pexe de topp ma
xam ngeen Gambia léegi dafa open loolu moo waral global properties jóg jaay la kër doo manqué courant doo manqué ndox da ngay am pool maanaam piscine sa disposition di nga am beach bi sécurité 24 hours te soo bëggee investir aussi nga mën a investir sa réew jënd kër di ko louer hôtel yi na xam baax na waaye nag am na gan yoo xam ni dañoo bëgg bu ñu ñëwee ci réew nekk à l'aise nekk ci bërëb boo xam ne dañu am seen waañ bu ñu bëggee togg seen lekku dëkk dañu am seen salle bu mag am seen néegu bopp am seen lépp loolu yëpp ak global properties mën na nekk.
jërëjëf def leen ni man ñëw leen global properties ngeen jënd seeni kër aar seen ëllëg ak bu seen njaboot.
Welcome to Newspaper Review, here with me, Fat Sise, on Active TV. On today's headline, 4 chancellor positions up for grabs on May 14th. Rights groups victims discuss by-law trial in Germany. Audit report says government withdrew 669 million without approval in 2017. In international news, new audio reveals McCarthy said Trump admitted bearing some responsibility for Capitol attack. In sports, Cameroon legend Samuel Eto'o rejects salary as president increases salary for players. This is the headlines, and now the news in details. From the break, and now the news in details. 4 chancellor positions up for grabs on May 14th. Loli Sow reports.
4 chancellor positions up for grabs on May 14. The Independent Electoral Commission yesterday announced that it will be conduct by-elections for councillor in 4th wards 14 May in Brikama and Carnifing administrative areas. The state by-elections will be conducted in the following wards: Bundung 6 Johnson, London Corner, Sanyang and Marakisa. The IEC said the nomination of candidates will be conducted 25th to 29 April from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the IEC regional offices in Carnifing and Brikama. According to the IEC, the campaign shall start on 2nd May and end on May 12, 2022. For Active TV News, I am Loli Sow.
Audit report says government withdrew 669 million without approval in 2017. Loli Sow reports.
Audit report says government withdraws 669 million without approval in 2017. The National Audit Office summarized report on government's 2017 financial statement has revealed that government made withdrawal amounting to 669 million without approval from Accountant General. The report said the money was withdrawn from special security accounts which were closed on its NAO recommendation were reopened with the same account name but with a different account number. We could not determine the balance on closure during the audits of these accounts or whether the funds were used for approved budgeted activities because the statements were not provided. The audit report shared yesterday by NAO at the launching of its phase 1 of COVID-19 procurement and distribution of food and medical items in the Greater Banjul area. The report, which was published in 2019, was only made public yesterday, highlighted that the Office of the President paid a supplier 22.5 million for renovation works at State House through single sourcing. A week after signing the contract, with an excess of 424,680 between the agreed amount and the paid amount. The auditors said another payment of 21.5 million was made to the supplier for the revolving furniture, household and other office equipment for the office of the president, without documentary evidence for procurement for choosing that supplier. The report further highlighted that a payment of 11.5 million was made to a supplier for the purchase of 6 vehicles for the cabinet ministers without any approval from the major tender board or for any single sourcing by GPPA. For Active TV News, I am Loli Sow.
Rights groups victims discuss by-law trial in Germany. Fatsisa reports.
Human rights organizations and victims of former President Yahya Jammeh and other stakeholders yesterday discussed next week's proposed trial of their squad member by law in Germany, as well as the wider efforts to seek accountability for the Jammeh-era crimes. Moderated by activist Red Burundi, the meeting lasted a little over an hour, with the participation of Trial International Commission of Jurists ICJ, the European Centre for Constitutional and Human Rights ECCHR, Human Rights Watch HRW, Reporters Without Borders and the Gambian Bar Association. Addressing the virtual meeting, Baba Hydra, a joint paint chief in the case and son of slain prominent journalist Dada Hydra, said, "Everyone involved in my dad's murder will face justice, just like Bailo is about to. We know that Bailo was only a small player in the murder of my dad because the order came from the top. So it's very serious when we have Jammeh sitting in Equatorial Guinea and nothing is happening to him. We want to see Jammeh himself brought to justice." Turning to events back home, Mr. Hydra said that victims are aware of the appointments of alleged Jammeh enablers like Fabakary Tombong Jatta and Sidin Jai, who were appointed last week as speakers and deputy speaker, respectively, of the 6th legislature by President Barrow. "We cannot allow the recommendations of the RRC to go in vain," Mr. Hydra added. Ami Silla, daughter of Usman Silla, the lawyer of former majority leader Baba Job, who survived an attempt on his life in 2003, said that the trial of law has given her family a renewed hope for justice. "Our dad is a great man who saved the Gambia and is a former High Court judge in the 1990s and president of the Gambia Bar Association. He was a giver who gave lots to pro bono cases. We are very grateful that he survived the attack on his life," she stated. According to MS Silla, her father remains traumatized and affected by dementia. "He cannot do anything for himself," MS Silla added. "We hope this is the beginning of the justice that he deserves." Fatoumata Sangdeng, spokesperson of Jammeh's second justice campaign, said the accountability process for less crimes in the Gambia does not offer hope for justice. "We were baffled that the TRRC recommended amnesty for Sana Sabali, who showed no remorse for the killing he said he had done. The second issue is the release of the junglers we had expected to see in the Gambia, set an example with those people. But we are shocked that the junglers who had come to the TRRC and confessed to crimes are now being released in the Gambia. This is shocking to victims, and the Jammeh enablers are being named as Speaker and Deputy Speaker of National Assembly. Speaker of National Assembly means he is the third in command in the Gambia when the President and the Vice President are not there. You have this guy as the leader of the Gambia. That is how serious the situation is right now, Emma Sandeng said. Reporting for Active TV News, I am Fatsisa.
Welcome back from the break in international news. New audio reveals McCarthy said Trump admitted bearing some responsibility for Capitol attack. Fatu Sise reports.
In the days following the January 6th insurrection, House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy told Republican lawmakers on the private conference call that then-President Donald Trump had admitted bearing some responsibility for the deadly attack, according to new audio. A significant administration that sheds light on Trump's mindset in the immediate aftermath of the U.S. Capitol riots. A readout of that convention, which took place on January 11, 2021, had been previously reported by CNN. But two New York Times reporters obtained an audio recording of the conference call for their upcoming book. This Will Not Pass, Trump, Biden, and the Battle of Americans' Future, and shared it with CNN. But let me be very clear to you, and I have been very clear to the president. He bears responsibility for his words and actions. No ifs, ands, and or buts, McCarthy told House Republicans on January 11, 2021. According to the audio obtained by CNN, I asked him personally today, does he hold responsibility for what happened? Does he feel bad about what happened? He told me he does have some responsibility for what happened, and he needs to acknowledge that. On the separate call the day before, McCarthy said, I had with this guy, what he did is unacceptable. Nobody can defend that, and nobody should defend that. The book's authors said those comments were in reference to Trump. CNN has reached out to McCarthy for comment. The Times reporters also revealed another bombshell recording this week, in which McCarthy is headed, telling other House Republican leaders in the days after January 6th that he planned to advise Trump that he should resign. McCarthy, his aides had vehemently denied that reporting before the audio was leaked. A group member of leadership who called McCarthy this morning to discuss the audio file revealed by the New York Times on Thursday night said they did not get the impression McCarthy is worried that the recorded comments or revelations could hurt his political future in a significant way. The member told CNN that McCarthy told them Trump called McCarthy on Thursday night to discuss this, and that there is a feeling as long as Trump is fine, McCarthy can manage any outrage from those of his right flank. Reporting for Active TV News, I am Fat Sise.
Welcome back from the break. Now in sports. Cameroon legend Samuel Eto'o rejects salary as president increases salary for players. Fatu Sise reports.
Samuel Eto'o is a former Cameroon football player who is the current president of the Cameroonian Football Federation from 11 December 2021. Four-time African Footballer of the Year who lifted the Champions League with Barcelona and Inter Milan was elected president of the Cameroon Football Federation. We have to bring footballers to the center of our policies, he said. Afterwards, it is our role to ensure that those who play this discipline make a decent living out of it. According to a report from Africa Awake, the legends promised not to receive salaries as president. Rather, he decided to invest towards players' well-being. As part of his policies to ensure players earn the right amount for their work, Eto'o has advocated for high wages for players in Cameroon, including the Cameroonian Women's Football League. Additionally, another initiative made in the best interest of the players by the FECA Foot president is an instruction he gave out for every club to ensure that players are duly enrolled on the National Social Insurance Fund, CNPS. Indeed, we really need such selfless leaders in Africa for development. Samuel Eto'o net worth. According to Celebrity Net Worth, Samuel Eto'o is the richest African football player who has a net worth of $95 million. Reporting for Active TV News, I am Fat Sise.
This is all we have for you on Newspaper Review tonight. Thank you for watching.